Welcome back, children, to the lesson Force and Pressure. So, in previous parts, we learnt about what is force, right? And as well as we discussed that what is the pulling force, pushing force, right? And we also discussed what are the effects that shown by the force on an object, right? Now, today we are going to learn some more about the force, that is types of force. Types of forces. So here basically the forces are two types. The forces are two types. What are those forces? Number one, contact force. Number two, non-contact force. Contact force and non-contact force. The name itself indicating contact. There should be contact between two objects to raise the force, or otherwise there should be contact with the force and the object. There should be contact between force and the object. The force should touch the object, then it is called contact force. Contact force, right? For example, see, these are my fingers. If I push the fingers like this, I am applying force on it, right? How? By touching my fingers. By touching my fingers, I am going to fold. Okay? This is what called contact. Contact force. Contact force means whatever the applied force is there, it must be touch the surface of object. Surface of object, definitely the two objects surface must be touch each other, means one have to show the effect of force on another one, then it is called contact force. Contact force. Whereas non-contact force means without contact, without any contact between the object and force, there should be change occur in the what you call object. Either it moves or it stops or it changes the direction or changes the shape, whatever the effect is shown by the force, right? So here forces are two types: direct contact force and non-contact force. So what are the contact forces? Contact forces are: number one, muscular force, and number two, friction force. Contact forces are two types. First one, muscular force. Second one, friction force. And non-contact forces are: first one, magnetic force. Number two, electrostatic force. And number three, gravitational force. Right. So forces are basically two types: contact force and non-contact force. Contact forces are two types: muscular force, friction force. And whereas non-contact are magnetic force, electrostatic force and gravitational forces. Right. So we'll discuss one by one. Now muscular force. See, the name itself indicating muscular means here all animals and human beings, even birds and whatever the heterotrophs, all animals, they use muscular force. They use muscular force to change the direction or position of the object, right? So for example, pushing, pulling and pressing, squeezing, are getting or not? Or twisting, squeezing or twisting, right? All these are applying forces. So here, for example, direct muscular force. If a player want to kick the football, what he has to do? He has to move his leg. When he moves his leg, what happens then? Whatever the muscles and bones that are present, muscles present in the leg, they should be contract. The muscle should be contract, and then the leg is going to touch the football. Right here, so the direct these muscles, they are touching the ball. Ball is an object here, and your leg is applying force on the ball. So here your leg touching the ball, so that it is called as contact force. It is contact force. Why? Because your leg is touching the ball. Here leg is moving is nothing but muscles are working. So it is called muscular force. Muscular force is a contact force because the muscles are touching. For example, in the previous example we said that the person is pushing the car. His hands are touching the car, and the muscles that are present in the arm, they show force on the car, so that he is pushing. He is interacting with the object. He is touching, he is contact with the object, so that muscular force is a contact force. Even the bullock cart, when an ox or a bull, it is pulling the cart, the pulling effect by its shoulder muscles, it is going to pull the cart. Even the what you call tanga, horse, right? It has to use the muscles to do the thing. For example, if I want to lift the pen, here my finger muscles helping me to hold the pen and lifting the pen, my arm muscles. So it is muscular force, contact force, right? So like that, for example, you are riding a horse, then if you want to hit the horse with the thread, then you have to pick up the thread and you have to rotate the stick or thread, and you are going to hit it. So all this can be done by the effort. By the effort. For example, if a weightlifter lifting the weight, lifting, dropping also, they require force. Right? So the weightlifter is going to lift the weight by the muscle. So here the muscles, they do the work. Here muscles can do the work, can apply the force. It can able to apply the force. Even these muscles, they do the work, they apply the force internally also. We can't see. For example, whenever you eat the food enters into your stomach by the movement of the esophagus. Means the esophagus, food pipe muscles, they are going to push the food inside, and your lungs, they get expanded and they get contracted, and the diaphragm changes its shape in the breathing. So breathing also involves muscles that are present in the chest. They are going to pull or push to breathe in and out. So like this, the muscular force is the direct contact force. Right? So even fighting, Bahubali and Ballaladeva, they are also muscular force. That is come under contact force. Next come to very interesting one, that is friction force. Right? Simply it is friction. What is meant by friction? Friction is an opposite force that act upon a moving object on its direction. For example, a ball is rolling. I already told you, the batsman hit the ball and the ball is rolling on the ground. It rolls and rolls. At a certain time, the ball is going to stop. Right? Who stopped this ball? Because the ball is rolling on the ground, and ground shows the opposite force. It applies the opposite force. Not only ground, the air, already I explained you. They are going to act opposite to the moving object, and they make the stop of the moving object. Right? So the friction force is the opposite force. The friction force is opposite force which can able to stop the moving object. They can reduce the speed of moving object, or they can able to stop the moving object. But here, see, when ball is rolling, it touches the ground, so that there is a touch between the two surfaces, the ball and as well as the ground. Ball and the ground, they are touching together, so the two surfaces are touching together. They are touching together, so that it is called friction. Friction force is a contact force. Why it is contact? Because two surfaces are touching each other. The two surfaces of the objects, for example, land is one object, ground is one object, and ball is one object, and they are touching each other, so that the force of friction applied on the ball and it stopped the moving ball. Right? Friction always act opposite of the direction of the force. Whenever the moving object is there, the moving speed or otherwise it can be stopped by the friction. It can be stopped by friction. Right? So in next lesson, totally it is friction. Very beautiful lesson it is. How do we walk? How do we write on the board? What is the possibilities with the friction in our daily life? We are going to learn in the next lesson. That is friction. Right? So here simply the friction force is the force which oppose the moving material. It always opposes the moving material. It makes to stop the moving object. It makes to stop the moving object, and here there is a direct contact between the two surfaces. That's why it is called contact force. For example, you are riding a bicycle. You are riding a bicycle, and after 2-3 pedaling, just stop the pedals. Then what happens? It go some distance and slowly it is going to stop. Why it gets stopped? Because there is a friction between the cycle tire and the road. Cycle tire and the road. Because of this friction force, slowly your bicycle is going to stop. As well as car. Just switch off the engine of the car. Car moves and the moving becomes slow, and finally the car becomes still in position, stationary, because of friction force between the two surfaces, road and tires. Road and tires. So this is friction force. It is also called as contact force. Contact force. Now come to non-contact force. Even there is no, without contact, here muscular force. So even you are in the morning you are going to brush your teeth, right? So by pressing is also come under muscular force. Pressing, you are contacting with the toothpaste, you are pressing the paste to take it out, right? So like that, contact forces must be have the contacts between two objects, whereas here non-contact, it shows that it can apply the force even there is no touch between the two objects. There is no touch between the two objects, even though there is a generation of force. Let us see how it is possible. First one is the magnetic force. I think you know very well about the magnets, and you studied in your previous classes, earlier classes, right? So magnetic force. Here magnet is a mixture of metals. Magnet is a mixture of metals, and magnets show the attracting and repulse what you call characters, right? So here magnet is made up of metals, the mixture of metals. It contains different metals. And here if you take the bar magnet, it have two poles, north pole, south pole, and here it is another one, north pole, south pole. Okay, so these two are called opposite poles. South and north are opposite poles, whereas if I draw like this, south and north, so these are called same poles, like poles. Otherwise we call them as like poles. South and south, same pole. North and north, same pole, right? So now see how the magnetic force can be applied without touching. Now take a magnet and move the magnet towards the pins or iron nails. Pins are iron nails. Then what happens? Even there is no direct contact between the magnet and iron material, these iron materials, they move towards the magnet. They move towards the magnet. How it is possible? Here the objects are moved. We know that force can make the material to move. Force can make the materials to move. So here these materials are moved. That means there is a apply a force. Which force? Magnetic force. Magnetic force. So this magnetic force pulled the iron material towards it. It is called attraction. It is called attraction. So magnet can able to attract the magnetic material. Example, iron. Iron steel can be attracted towards the magnet. Right? And as well as here these magnets also show another what you call character, that is repulsion and attraction. See here, it is north south and it is north south. These two are opposite poles. In the magnets, same poles never attracts, means repulse. Opposite poles attract. Say this surface is south, it is also south, 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 and it is north, north. See, south, south, north, north. See here, this is a magnet, south, south, north, north. Now see, I am trying to touch the south pole and south pole, right? See, they are not coming to each other. Even though I am trying to touch them, they are moving back. They are moving back. Why? Because the same poles never attract. They repulse. They repulse. Whereas if I turn the magnet, this is north pole and it is south pole. Opposite poles attract. South poles repulse and opposite poles attracts. Same poles never attracts, they repulse, and opposite poles they attract. Right? So like this, there is an attraction force between the magnets and we call it as magnetic force. Magnetic force. Right? Now if you take this magnet, say magnet, this magnet is A and it is B. If I move the magnet A towards magnet B, then B will come and attract to the A. Whereas if these are same poles, just imagine, if these are same poles, if I try to move like this, it goes away from the magnet. It is called repulsion. Right? So this attraction and repulsion are the magnetic forces. Even though there is no touching of the object, it shows pulling or pushing or attracting force between them. It is called magnetic force. Magnetic force. And we use this magnetic force in different conditions we discussed in the previous classes, means earlier studies, 5th standard, 6th standard, like that, right? So now come to electrostatic force. Electrostatic force. Before that, you have to know what is electrically charged material. Electrically charged material. When an object is rubbed on the another object, when one object is rubbed on the another object, then automatically these objects, they get charged. They get charged. Electrically they become charged when we rub against another object. And this electrically charged one may be positive or negative. There are two charges in electricity. Positive charge and negative charge. Positive shown by plus symbol, negative shown by minus symbol. For example, take a comb. Now comb is neutral, it don't have any charge. And if you comb to the dry hair for the 4 to 5 minutes, then the comb becomes charged. It bears either positive charge or negative charge. Now it is called electrically charged material. Electrically charged material, and this electrically charged material can hold that positiveness, either positive or negative, whatever it may be. For example, it becomes positively charged. This positive charge will be with the comb always. So it is called electrostatic. Electrostatic. Static means standing there only. Static means standing there only. What standard? Electric charge is standard at the comb. So it is called electrostatic. Now the electrically static material or electrostatic material it can able to attract uncharged particles. Uncharged particles. Let me explain you. Take a comb and comb your hair, or otherwise take a balloon and rub on the silk or any cloth balloon, right? After that, take the piece of papers. Take small pieces of paper, and when you take the comb nearby the papers, then paper will attract towards the electrostatically charged comb, and it is called electrostatic force. See here, without any touching, if you take the comb near to the piece of papers, they are going to attack the papers. It is called electrostatic force. You will learn more about these charges in further classes, right? So electrostatic force is also non-contact. Why? Because here we are directly not touching the papers. Just we are taking near to this and it is attracting, right? So rub the two balloons, and if you take the balloons together, the balloons show repulsion. It is electrostatic force, right? And finally, very well known one, gravitational force. Gravitational force. जो चीज भी आप ऊपर what do you call? If you throw in the sky, definitely it comes back. Sir Isaac Newton, he explained about the gravitational force of the earth. Earth is the best example for the actually gravity belongs to earth. So earth has the gravitational force and it can able to pull each and every object. So here gravitational force is nothing but the force applied by the earth on the object, right? So whatever the objects that I am throwing, for example, if I throw this cap, the gravity is pulling this back, right? If I jump, definitely I come down because the gravity is pulling. So do it is directly contact with the earth? No, but even it is pulling, so it is called gravitational force, right? This gravitational force was explained by Sir Isaac Newton. So thank you. So this is today's session about contact and non-contact forces. We will discuss more about the force and pressure. Next we will start the pressure. It is also very interesting one. I hope you understand this class. If you have any doubts, you can ask.